Asphalt slick with last night's rain. I've got nowhere to be but everywhere at once. Run this engine through my veins. The dashboard glow is the only conversation I need at 2 a.m. tonight. Just me and the road and the bass line pulling through the black and through the light. The sub is rattling the frame. The city doesn't know my name. Black ice, sliding through the city like a knife. Black ice, underneath the surface of the night. Black ice, cold and smooth and dangerous and right. Black ice, I was built for this kind of night. The overpass lights strobe across the hood like a heartbeat keeping its own time. And I don't need a destination tonight, just the bass and the engine and the climb of RPMs as the empty highway opens like a throat about to roar. I am not afraid of the dark roads. I am exactly what they're for. The sub is rattling the frame. The city doesn't know my name. Black ice, sliding through the city like a knife. Black ice, underneath the surface of the night. Black ice, cold and smooth and dangerous and right. Black ice, I was built for this kind of night. That I exist out here in the bass and the mist. Clock says 4. The city's mostly giving up its noise, and it's just me and this machine and the road sound and the bass that knows exactly how to poise between the danger and the beauty of the moment, between the engine and the dark. I don't need anyone to understand this. I just need the bass line and the spark. Black ice, slid through the city like a knife. Black ice, I found whole car shakes when I pull up slow. Everybody on the block already knows the sound before they see the glow. I don't need a rush through the city. Let the 808 set the pace tonight. Rolling slow, let the bass is breathing through every red and every green light. Feel it in your chest before you hear it. That's the kind of bass that I run with. Lowrider dreams, low-rider dreams. Rolling slow through the neon scenes. Lowrider dreams, low-rider dreams. The bass so deep it splits at the seams. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. City lights reflecting off the gleam. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. This is how the night is meant to be. They see to lean back, the music's leading every decision that I make tonight. And the city outside looks like it's moving in slow motion underneath the light. I got nowhere that I need to hurry. No clock is running faster than the beat. Just a sub bass in the empty boulevard and the rhythm underneath my feet. Feel it in your chest before you hear it. That's the kind of bass that I run with. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. Rolling slow through the neon scenes. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. The bass so deep it splits at the seams. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. City lights reflecting off the gleam. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. This is how the night is meant to be. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Let the bass hold the whole town. Slow down, slow down, slow down. This is the sound. This is the sound. I pull up to the curb and just sit there, letting the last chorus ride it out. Because some nights aren't about arriving, they're about the bass and what it's about. And what it's about is just this feeling, this slow and steady pulse beneath the chest that says you don't have anywhere better than exactly here, exactly this. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. Roll slow through the neon scenes. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. The bass so deep it split at the seams. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. City lights reflecting off the gleam. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. This is how the night was meant to be. Lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams, lowrider dreams. The warehouse doors are open to the cold. The fog machine is rolling through the crowd, and everybody's moving to a frequency that speaks a language we don't say out loud. I came here looking for exactly this, the kind of bass that rearranges thought, the kind of dark that isn't really darkness. It's just the place where everything gets caught. Feel the frequency take over. Feel the bass line on the room. Midnight frequency running through my bones. Midnight frequency. we start. The strobe lights cut the smoke in pieces, fragments of 1,000 different faces, and the bass goes through us all the same way. No matter our different starting places, and there's something democratic in the sub. The way it doesn't care who's listening, it just takes over everybody in the room and makes the room a single living thing. Feel the frequency take over, feel the bass line on the room. Midnight frequency running through my bones. Midnight frequency, this is how it's known. Midnight frequency, deeper than the sound. Midnight frequency, taking over now. Midnight frequency, pulsing in the dark. Midnight frequency, this is where we start. Lower, lower, let the bass go lower. Deeper, deeper, let the night go deeper, until there's nothing left but the frequency and us. By 4 a.m. the warehouse is still pulsing, like it never plans on letting go. And maybe that's the point of nights like this one. You're not supposed to know when it's time to go. You just stay inside the frequency until the frequency decides you're done. And when it does, you'll feel it in your chest still. Hours later, the bass that never runs. Midnight frequency ran through my bones. Midnight frequency, that's how it's known. Midnight frequency, deeper than the sound. Midnight frequency, took over now. Midnight frequency, pulsed through the dark. Midnight frequency, that's where we start. Midnight frequency. Midnight frequency. You move like static through the city, chrome reflections off the rain, and I follow the frequency you left behind you down every wet neon lane. I don't know if you were ever real or just a signal I decided to receive, but the bass remembers everything precisely, even the things I can't believe. The synths are rising like a question. The bass is the only answer I trust. Chrome heart beating in the dark. Chrome heart leaving leave the city your mark. Chrome heart underneath the rain. Chrome heart, I feel you in the bass and pain. Chrome heart, this is how we burn. Chrome heart, this is how we learn to love something that disappears. Chrome heart, after all these years. The city's full of chrome reflections of people who are also looking for whatever it was that you were carrying that made the whole night ask for more. And I drive the same route every evening, hoping the frequency comes back around. But some signals only broadcast once, and then they're swallowed by the sound. The synths are rising like a question. The bass is the only answer I trust. Chrome heart beating in the dark. Chrome heart, leave the city your mark. Chrome heart underneath the rain. Chrome heart, I feel you in the bass and pain. Chrome heart, this is how we burn. Chrome heart, this is how we learn to love something that disappears. Chrome heart, after all these years. Maybe you were never meant to stay. Maybe the chrome was always built to fade. Maybe the only thing that's permanent is the baseline and the night we made. And even now when I hear that frequency in a different song, a different street, I feel the chrome heart beating somewhere underneath the asphalt, underneath my feet. And I don't need you to come back exactly, I just need to know the bass remembers right. The shape of you against the city, the chrome, the rain, the neon, the night. Chrome heart beating in the dark. Chrome heart, you left the city your mark. Chrome heart underneath the rain. Chrome heart, I feel you in the bass and pain. Chrome heart, this is how we burn. Chrome heart, this is how I learned to love something that disappears. Chrome heart, after all these years. Chrome heart. Chrome heart. Down where the city don't shine as bright. Down where the bass is the only light. I move different when the sun goes down. I move different all around this town. Got the windows tinted, got the bass on 10. Got a different version of myself again. Not better, not worse, just the one that's true. When the lights go dim and the bass comes through. Underground, that's where I'm from. Underground, that's where I run. Underground until the morning comes. Underground, 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 underground. Bass so heavy, shake the whole damn ground. Underground, underground. I don't need the noise, I need the sound. Underground, underground. The deepest frequency that I have found. Underground, underground. This is home, this is underground. They don't understand the quiet power of a bass line running through the midnight hour. They want the flash, they want the loud parade. I want the sub bass in the dark and the shade. There's a different kind of confidence down here, where you don't perform for anybody near. You just exist inside the frequency and let the bass decide who you're gonna be. Underground, that's where I'm from. Underground, that's where I run. That's where I run. Underground until the morning comes. Underground, 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 underground. Bass so heavy, shake the whole damn ground. Underground, underground. I don't need the noise, I need the sound. Underground, underground. The deepest frequency that I have found. Underground, underground. This is home, this is underground. Bass, just the dark, just the space, just my heart beating slow with the sub. This is all that I love, 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 love. By the time the sun starts coming up, I'm still moving slow, still filling up on the frequency that no one else can hear. The one that's been with me for years. And I go back up when the city wakes, but I bring the baseline, bring the shape of everything I learned down in the deep. Underground is where I go to keep the realest parts of me intact. Underground, underground. Bass so heavy, shook the whole damn ground. Underground, underground. I didn't need the noise, I had the sound. Underground, underground. The deepest frequency that I have found. Underground, underground. That's home, that's underground. Underground. I run on a different kind of fuel, the kind that doesn't need the daylight hour. I move through the dark like it's familiar, like the dark is where I find my power. Every system in the city's sleeping, but the code inside me's wide awake. Running calculations through the baseline, every signal that the night can make. Loading, loading, the pressure's building, overloading, loading, load, 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 load. 3, 2, 1, velocity code. Breaking through the dark, velocity code. Feel the bass tear apart, velocity code. Running at the speed of sound, velocity code. Shaking up the ground, velocity code. Nothing's holding back, Concrete jungle, neon vines climbing up the sides of buildings made of glass. Every street light's a different kind of moon out here. Every shadow's got a story from the past. I walk these blocks like I memorized them. Every crack, every corner, every name. In the bass that comes from car windows passing. Sounds like the city calling out my name. This is where the concrete meets the soul. This is where the broken beat comes whole. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. City breathing underneath the lights. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. Bass so deep it shakes away the fright. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. This is home no matter how it bites. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. I was raised up in the concrete light. My grandmother used to say the city has a heartbeat if you listen right. Underneath the sirens in the traffic, there's a pulse that's running through the night. And I spend my whole life learning that rhythm, translating it into every bar. In the bass I bring is just a mirror of the heartbeat that was always there, was always ours. Where the concrete meets the soul. This is where the broken beat comes whole. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. City breathing underneath the lights. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. Bass so deep it shakes away the fright. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. This is home no matter how it bites. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. I was raised up in the concrete light. Every building's got a story. Every alley's got a name. Every baseline that I'm building is a tribute to the same city that raised me rough but honest. City that gave me this sound. And when I leave the city someday, maybe I'll carry the baseline with me still. Because the concrete jungle taught me rhythm, taught me how to turn the broken into skill. And no matter where the road eventually takes me, I still hear that heartbeat in the dark. The concrete jungle nights that made me still pulsing underneath wherever I start. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. City breathe beneath the lights. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. Bass so deep it shook away the fright. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. Oh, home no matter how it bites. Concrete jungle nights, concrete jungle nights. I was raised up in the concrete light. Concrete jungle nights. Concrete jungle nights. Concrete jungle nights.
Maybe the glitch is the actual message. Maybe the interference is the point. The smooth signal never told me anything. The static's where the truth gets to a 9. Static, static, my pulse. This is the frequency I chose. Static pulse, static pulse. Running through the system like a jolt. Static pulse, static pulse. Breaking every signal, breaking every fault. Static pulse, static pulse. Glitching through the baseline, glitching through the void. Static pulse, clean signal, no interference, no noise. But somewhere in the building it developed a personality, a presence, a voice. And now it glitches every time emotion tries to pass through circuits made for sound. And honestly the glitching is more honest than anything the clean signal ever found. Static, static, in my pulse. This is the frequency I trust. Static pulse, static pulse, running through the system like a jolt. Static pulse, static pulse, breaking every signal, breaking every fault. Static pulse, static pulse, glitching through the baseline, glitching through the void. Static pulse, static pulse, this is how the silence gets destroyed. Of something real getting through. And I would rather have the broken honest frequency than anything pretending to be true. Static pulse, static pulse, ran through the system like a jolt. Static pulse, static pulse, broke every signal, broke every fault. Glitch through the baseline, glitch through the void. Static pulse, static pulse, that's how the silence got destroyed. Static pulse. There's a color deeper than the darkest black that absorbs every photon that it finds. And I think the bass tonight is something like it, the way it swallows every other sound. I'm not afraid of how completely it consumes me. I came here looking for exactly that, the kind of dark you can't see through a measure, the kind of deep that doesn't bounce back. Take me down, take me under, past the place where the silence splits into do. Vantablack, deeper than the dark can ever map. Vantablack, the bass that swallows everything, no track. Vantablack, I'm disappearing into the low end's lap. Vantablack, this is the deepest that I've ever sat. The percussion here is barely there at all, just enough to mark the passage of the time. And the bass does all the talking, all the moving, through frequencies too low to even body resists, just the frequency, just the void, just me dissolving into the low. And when I finally leave this room at sunrise, I'll carry something with me that I can't explain. A different relationship with darkness, a different way of holding what remains when everything is stripped down to the baseline, when everything but frequency is gone. You learn that Vantablack isn't an absence, it's the deepest kind of presence carrying on. Vantablack, Vantablack, deeper than the dark could ever map. Vantablack, Vantablack, the bass that swallowed everything, no track. Vantablack, Vantablack, I disappeared into the low end's lap. Vantablack, Vantablack, that was the deepest that I've ever sat. Vantablack, Vantablack. Vantablack.
I've had the needle buried in the red for longer than is technically advised. But there's a version of living worth having that doesn't come from playing safe and wise. I redline every system that I'm running, every relationship, every late night drive. I don't know how to operate at idle, I only know how to feel alive. The engine's screaming, the bass is too. This is the only language I know how to do. Red line, running every system past the line. Red line, bass so heavy, this is mine. Red line, nothing's gonna make me decelerate. Red line, this is how I navigate. They tell you find the balance, find the middle, find the sustainable and steady pace. But some of us were never built for middle, some of us were built to redline every space. We occupy until the engine either breaks completely or transforms entirely. And I've chosen transformation over breaking. I've chosen this distorted bass to carry me. The engine's screaming, the bass is too. This is the only language I know how to do. Red line, running every system past the line. Red line, bass so heavy, this is mine. Red line, nothing's gonna make me decelerate. Red line, this is how I navigate. Past the limit, past the warning light.
I move through the room like obsidian, smooth and dark and sharp at the same time. You can see yourself reflected in the surface, but you can't quite read what's underneath the shine. I learned a long time ago that being soft and being powerful were not opposing things. I just had to find a frequency between them, the bass that lets both qualities take wing. Feel the 808 underneath my voice. This is not an accident, this is a choice. Obsidian, obsidian, smooth and dark and dangerous within. Obsidian, obsidian, the bass that lives beneath my skin. Obsidian, obsidian, sharp enough to cut but soft within. Obsidian, obsidian, this is how the night begins. They expect the bass to mean aggression, they expect the dark to mean a fight. But I found a different kind of power in the smoothness, in the depth, in the night. The 808 underneath my vocal isn't violence, it's just honesty about how much weight a woman carries and still moves through the room with poison knees. Feel the 808 underneath my voice. This is not an accident, this is a choice. Obsidian, obsidian, smooth and dark and dangerous within. Obsidian, obsidian, the bass that lives beneath my skin. Obsidian, obsidian, sharp enough to cut but soft within. Obsidian, obsidian, this is how the night begins. Beautiful and dangerous all on my own. That's the metaphor I'm living in tonight. Obsidian catching all the light, catching all the light. Yeah. By the time the night is fully wrapped around me, I move through every room exactly how I planned. Smooth as glass, but carrying the fire that made me in the first place. In the sand, and the bass keeps reminding everybody listening that depth and softness aren't divided things. They're the same material under different pressure. That's the obsidian, that's what it brings. Obsidian, obsidian, smooth and dark and dangerous within. Obsidian, the bass that lives beneath my skin. Obsidian, obsidian, sharp enough to cut but soft within. Obsidian, that's how the night begins. Obsidian, obsidian, obsidian. There's a highway that exists between the cities that doesn't show up on any map I found. And every time I drive it after midnight, the bass seems to come up from the ground. Like the road itself has its own frequency, like the asphalt's got a memory it keeps. And I'm not scared exactly, more like haunted by a beauty that runs deeper than it seems. The headlights catch on nothing but the road. The bass is coming from a place I don't know. Phantom highway, take me where you go. Phantom highway, only you would know. Phantom highway, exist in any frequency I recognize. And the songs that play are beautiful and distant, like echoes of 1,000 other drives. And I keep my foot steady on the pedal, because something tells me stopping isn't wise. On a road that's haunted by its own low frequency, under a sky full of unfamiliar skies. The headlights catch on nothing but the road. The bass is coming from a place I don't know. Phantom highway, take me where you go. Phantom highway, only you would know. Phantom highway, bass beneath the tar. Phantom highway, further than the stars. Phantom highway, I'm not afraid tonight. Phantom highway, lead me to the light on the other side of wherever this goes. Phantom highway, only you would know. Maybe the highway isn't a place. Maybe it's a frequency, a state, a space between the known and the unknown world, where the bass becomes a kind of door. Just as suddenly as I found this highway, I find myself back on the road I know. The city lights ahead exactly where they should be, like nothing strange had happened, like the glow was always just the ordinary midnight, but the bass still echoes somewhere in my chest. A frequency I can't quite leave behind me. A phantom highway I haven't laid to rest. Phantom highway, you took me where you go. Phantom highway, only you would know. Phantom highway, bass beneath the tar. Phantom highway, further than the stars. Phantom highway, I wasn't afraid that night. Phantom highway, you led me to the light on the other side of wherever it goes. Phantom highway, only you would know. Phantom highway. Phantom highway. I've been standing at the edge of something that's about to break completely open wide, and every cell in my body's bracing for the drop I can already feel inside. This isn't fear, this is anticipation. The good kind of makes you feel alive. The kind that comes right before everything changes. The kind that tells you that you're going to survive. Building, building, can you feel it? Building. 3, 2, 1. Subzero, bass hits like the cold. Subzero, breaking every mold. Subzero, Yeah. Everybody's left except the bass line, still hanging in the corners of the room. The party's officially over, but the frequency is still occupying all this space and gloom. I like the after hours more than the party, the static after everybody's gone. Just the speakers and the smoke and the low end, still humming like an unfinished song. Nobody's watching, nobody's here, just the bass and the static in the atmosphere. After hours static, after hours static, this is when the real frequency shows. After hours static, after hours static, this is where the heaviest bass goes. After hours static, after hours static, nobody left but me and the low. After hours static, after hours static, this is the only set I need to know. The lights are dim, the glasses are still half full of something nobody's gonna finish now. And I sit here in the residual frequency of everyone who's already left this house. There's an intimacy in the emptiness that the full room never quite could give. Just the bass and the quiet conversation between the speakers and the way I live. Nobody's watching, nobody's here, just the bass and the static in the atmosphere. After hours static, after hours static, this is when the real frequency shows. After hours static, after hours static, this is where the heaviest bass goes. After hours static, after hours static, nobody left but me and the low. After hours static, after hours static, this is the only set I need to know. Some people chase the loudest hour, some people chase the biggest crowd, but I've always loved the quiet power of the bass when it's not playing proud, just playing true, just playing low, just playing for whoever's left to know. By the time the sun starts threatening the curtains, I'm still sitting with the bass line, still in tune with whatever frequency the night left over, with whatever static fills the room. And I'll clean up eventually, I always do, but right now I'm staying in the after hours glow, because this is the only honest hour, the only time the bass line lets me know. After hours static, after hours static, that's when the real frequency shows. After hours static, after hours static, that's where the heaviest bass goes. After hours static, after hours static, nobody left but me and the low. After hours static, after hours static, that was the only set I needed to know. After hours static. After hours static.
except for me and the echo of the last announcement made. I've got one bag and one decision, and the bass underneath it feels afraid. Or maybe that's just adrenaline disguised as something heavier than it actually needs to be. Because leaving isn't running, leaving's choosing a different frequency to be. The tracks are humming, the train is near. This is the sound of leaving here. Last train out, last train out. Bass so heavy, drowning out the doubt. Last train out, last train out. This is what the leaving is about. Last train out, last train out. Every wheel turn shakes another round. Last train out, last train out. I'm not looking back, I'm leaning out. The city's lights are getting smaller through the window as the bass keeps building, and I feel the weight of everything I'm leaving, mixing with the freedom I'm fulfilling. It's not simple, even never simple, even when you know it's right to go. And the bass line carries both at once tonight, the grief and the relief, the fast and slow. The tracks are humming, the train is near. This is the sound of leaving here. Last train out, last train out. Bass so heavy, drowning out the doubt. Last train out, last train out. This is what the leaving is about. Last train out, last train out. Every wheel turn shakes another round. Last train out, last train out. I'm not looking back, I'm leaning out. Every track behind me was a track I had to lay. Every door I'm closing is a door that had its day. But the train doesn't go backward, the train only goes ahead. And the bass underneath me is the only thing I trust instead. By the time the city's fully disappeared behind the hills and into the dark, I feel something settle in my chest. Finally, the bass has found a steadier mark. And I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know the frequency feels right. And sometimes that's enough to keep you moving through the bass, through the tracks, through the night. Last train out, last train out. Bass so heavy, drowned out all the doubt. Last train out, last train out. That was what the leaving was about. Last train out, last train out. Every wheel turn shook another round. Last train out, last train out. I didn't look back, I leaned all the